Hey everyone, how are you doing in your life? I hope you're doing well. Well, today I've just forced myself to come and be live because one of my goals this year is to get to 1,000 subscribers. Not because of any monetary benefit, but just as a way of setting a goal and achieving it. I guess human beings are meant to achieve things, and getting to 1,000 subscribers is actually one of my goal for this year, 2026. It's crazy that we're in 2026. I mean, just recently it was 2000, and we were in the millennia, we were celebrating. Now 2020 was here, now it's 2026. So it's crazy how time moves fast and how we really have to prioritize ourselves before our eventual return to the Creator, or before eventual return to where we came from. Yeah, so today I'm honestly feeling a little bit frustrated because of a few things here and there. But speaking out and, just podcasting, I've realized is actually a very good way to let off steam. It's almost like journaling, like writing things down and, being able to sort of pour your heart out, right? And so here, this is William Shakespeare. Yeah, and William Shakespeare, of course, for those who read or did KCSE during that time, was the author of the book The Merchant of Venice. And some of the themes in the book are very similar to what's happening in, this world, where people have put money, like money is everything, and humanity is like secondary. So it's quite interesting. Wow, I see I have 4 subscribers or 4 people who have joined. Welcome. If you haven't subscribed to the UNSHAKEABLE podcast, feel free. So today I want to talk about men. Yeah, so we started with a successful man like William Shakespeare. But of course, there were many successful men in history. Jesus was a successful man, or in the mission that he had in the world. Marcus Aurelius, the founder of Stoicism, was also a successful person. There's many people who have been, many great men who have been great in the past. And for me, as a male, especially a black male, living in 2026, I struggle a lot with purpose and thinking about what will my legacy be when I'm gone. What is really my purpose in the world? And I don't know, for you guys who are following or watching this, I don't know if you guys think about that question. But me, I like to think about it. I've always been a philosopher. I've always been a deep thinker, and I am, starting to think about what will I do to become great. Because everybody wants to be great, but I guess not everybody. But for me, I've always felt that I need to be great. So today we're talking about men. I see we have 13 people following. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. And by the way, if you have never tried this, try do it. Start a channel. I encourage other people to start YouTube channels because they help you reflect. You also, like a podcast is something that helps you like put your thoughts out there, which is one of the most therapeutic things in this connected world and in this increasingly lonely world, where we have our own thoughts and things like that. So it's great that you guys are here. I see 12 people, so please subscribe. So today we're talking about men, but and we're talking about great men in history. Which great men do you think were there in history? So we've talked about Shakespeare, we've talked about Jesus, we've talked about, of course, there was all the, I don't want to go into the Bible today, but there was so many, the Bible is one of the most read book in history, right? So there were many prophets, there were many men who were prophets. And so there's something special about being a man. And I feel like in this world that we live in today, men have been torn down, men have been vilified. For instance, like when you look at people like Jeffrey Epstein, they view him like a monster, you know what I mean? And this affects a lot of men. And when you think about it, there's like 8 billion people in the world right now. Yeah, 4 billion of those people are men. So without men, then the world is doomed to fail. And I'm a believer in the male energy. I'm a believer in having men as the core of society. And it hasn't been like that. So so just today, just wanted to start that debate. What do you guys think? Who are some of the great men that have sort of inspired your life? Yeah. Sarwa Feni, number one fan. Who are some of the greatest, not greatest, like great people, men? Today we're talking about men. Even if you're a woman, you're welcome, but today we're talking about men. Like, who is the man that you look up to and you're like, man, that was a great person? What do you guys think? Okay, if not, my argument is we need male power, because even in the yin and yang of the Chinese, those are energies. We are all energies, and having one without another brings an imbalance. So if you have a brother, if you have a father, encourage them, support them, ask them how they're doing, push them to become great. Don't bring them down. That's the point that I'm trying to make today. And so I haven't been live for a while. I've been busy with life, I guess. And so that's the message for today. Encourage the men in your lives, empower the men in your lives, and see how that energy sort of pours back into your life. So if you're a man, be a great man. Just be great, don't let anybody let you down. Be your own strength. Even when the world collapses around you, be your own strength, Build something in your life, make a decision to, leave a legacy, to do something that you love to do, something that keeps you alive. And don't let the opinions of others, even sometimes the opinions of family or people who are close to you, bring you down. Believe in yourself, encourage yourself, and become great. Become great. People try to, there's, and I've seen this a lot in Africa, where there's always a crab mentality, Where if somebody is trying to think differently or do something differently, um, instead of, like the people helping you, pushing you to go to the next level, they probably want to bring you down. So transcend that, become strong, become indefatigable, become become strong. Even if you have an audience, so like here I had an audience of 13, now there's one person. Yeah, I am strong. I am not concerned about that. Like, of course, everybody wants to be a superstar, and have like thousands of views and things like that. But even if nobody is cheering you, become your number one fan. So my number, and I hope you become your number one fan. I hope you root for yourself. I hope you become unshakable. And of course, today we're talking about men, but even women have masculine energy. So get that masculine energy today. Go out there, conquer. Don't be afraid. Yeah, I mean, fear is what has been used by politicians, by religious institutions, by families, by society to sort of tie our souls into bondage. But in the reality, we are born to experience this life. So, grab that masculine energy and become number one. Become number one. Thank you.